Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir. Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Wait, Chandan and Uma is not there. Gottilva? They are not aware?
Might not be, sir. Phones.
Might not be ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು 6 ವಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಮೈಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋನ್ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಆಫೀಸಿಂದ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದೇನೆ ಸ್ನೇಹ. ಸ್ನೇಹ ಎಂ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Attend all the subjects so that it will add value to your preparation level. Yes. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Ali Umaಗೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ. She is willing to join. I don't know.
She's joining, sir.
Yeah, but she should have joined now. Why? She was not aware. Yes, let's start. Good evening, namaste, hi everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
How is life?
Fine, sir.
Great.
How is, sir?
Oh, good. Long time no see, Vishnuta.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome to the R2R specific exam oriented session of FR. By same sheet, sir. No difference. Yes. Your positive action combined with positive thinking results in success. So, CA final bandaga, pressure, tension, so many things will be there. Always have a positive attitude. The harder you work for something, the greater you'll feel when you achieve it. I'm reading Gita probably for decades. But every time, maybe I always used to read mechanically. Sometimes, madbekalla anta madu. But that one shloka, which is a very famous shloka, Karmanye Vadikarastu, okay? So I was always thinking about it, thinking, hauda anta. But of late, I really started living it. My job is only to work. I do not have any right on the results. I always used to think, ಅದೇನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ರೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ ಐ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ಡ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. God might give the same thing or he may give something different. So something different may be definitely better than, maybe shall be better than what I expect. Or maybe you would have given in a different way. Adakoskara, my success is my effort. My success is my effort, not my marks, not my result. So idana register ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು my effort is my success. I put the effort, I am successful. इसके बाद क्या होता है देखा जाएगा. That's not my job. So my job is what? To put the effort. So my success is what? My efforts, nothing beyond. So after efforts, do you have a control? Why are you wasting your time on uncontrollables? So have focus on controllables. Effort. Yes. So every time. So recently I had one very interesting, unique thing. Lot of things we did recently. Career Utsav ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುನಿಕ್. So effort, lot of effort I put. So before even the session began, I said it is successful because I am happy with my effort and I knew that's check mark. I'll tell you with the numbers, the success rate of the same. Maybe you just wait for 10 to 15 days. Okay, what we have done, how it has happened ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ numbers ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, like the way you put the effort, you write the exam and the numbers will come. So I have put the effort, the numbers are going to come after the result. Exam ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, so it's going to come. So you put the effort. Effort is your job. Beyond that, I don't think you need to think about anything else, right? So this is analysis. First 10 minutes of time pass, then specific about FR, then general high bar. Then starting already 7 ಆಯ್ತು. First exam ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ be more relaxed. First impression, the best impression. ನಿಮ್ಮ first exam, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 points ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು, first exam goes well, subsequent exams go well. At the same time, every exam only first answer what you write. should be the best answer. Okay. So first answer what you write should be the best answer. So when your best answer, the valuer thinks, so this fellow has done a good job, then obviously valuer naturally he will give better marks. That's why first FR paper should go very well. At the same time, every subject first question, first 2-3 questions. If you have seen the mock test analysis intermediate ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, I would have seen ನಿಮ್ಮ marks ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು. Sir, I got whatever question attempted. I got ನಿನ್ನೆನೊಬ್ಬ ಒಂದು intermediate foundation ಹುಡುಗಿ, wow, she got 20, 20, 18, 16, 14. I said, wow. So the way she has written the answer, okay, 20, 20, 18, 16, 14. That is the order in which she got. But I do not. That's the Devar level. That's the next level. At least 18, 16, 17, 13, something like that is okay. Whereas if you get 8, 4, 16, 20, nonsense. Do you understand what I say? So it is not about the most favorite topic you start with. What you start with, what fetches you the best mark. That matter. So consolidation is your favorite. Okay, control marko. But if you think that in that exam 2A, 2B can give you more marks, start with that. Start with that. I'll start Madiga. Ulta, sir, consolidation gives me more marks. Start. I don't have problem. So, what is more important, Anjana, is what fetches you the more mark. That should be the starting point. It's important. Register mark. Extremely crucial. So, as I started my previous session, what matters me here is not just the knowledge now the marks. All these days we are talking about chase knowledge. Now you have to chase the marks. Chase the marks. Okay. So now finance new scheme May 24 admele mainly finance statement and Indias and little bit of accounting technology. Extremely good pace. Okay. Throughout the CA exam, 4 hours of IBS also you cannot complete easily. IBS paper 4 hours easier ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಪೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಮೈ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ intermediate ICW. I wrote the examination. ಅದು CA ಇಂಟರ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ICW 1 ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಟೈಂಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ICW at that time intermediate group 1 costing, intermediate group 2 costing. Group 1, it's very easy paper. I relaxed, mind relaxed. Last 2 hours ago, I didn't even complete 40 marks. Now that my space is good, I could complete probably 100 marks ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. But still I didn't get the best of the best mark. I passed in first attempt, that's okay, God's grace. Whereas second group ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್. That paper was very easy, but I learned from the previous mistake. I wrote at a very good pace. I think I ended up with somewhere 87 or 90 or somewhere. Okay. So my quality flow was very good. So legibility is very important and not the beautification. Nowhere they give the mark for beautification. Legibility is important and speed has to be at the next level. Speed has to be at the next extremely tiny level. Fine. So high scoring 100 is the target. So we have got 97, 98 ವರೆಗೂ in the final. Okay. So nobody got 100 at final at CAT. So but Mumbai, I was coming Rajesh Nayak irbeke about 100 out of 100 in FR. Read question carefully. So India's 103, when fair value of NCI is given, it is a full goodwill method. Code ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನೋಡಿದ ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದಲ್ಲ. Okay. Working notes are extremely important. Stepwise approach. Final answer is important, but carries the mark. ಇದನ್ನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ previous session ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. ಬೇಡ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಓದಮ್ಮ ವಿಷ್ಣುತಾರಾವ್ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದೆ. Do's and don'ts.
Yes, sir. Do's. In the last page, /rough sheet, 5 to 10 minutes, write points for each question to be attempted. Second, working notes. Third, steps. Fourth, reference to correct Ind AS numbers if known. Next, reference to Companies Act if known. Write correct question number including sub-questions. Attempt extra questions compulsorily. If out of syllabus, then full marks.
Every time when you write Ind AS, as per Ind AS 110, consolidated finance statement, one time you write the name, number with the title. As per Ind AS 110, Ind AS 110, inverted commas, consolidated finance statement. Then subsequently, as per the standard 110, a particular answer. Question number 2A is Ind AS 110, Subiksha. Question number 4A is 110. Again, you write CFS. Again, ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು. Okay. So once in the answer sheet ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. 3 ಸಲ ತಿಂತಿರೋ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ minimum ಬರ್ರಿ multiple times. Next. Then don't write wrong ಅಥವಾ unknown Ind AS. Then relaxing before 3 hours. Unnecessary tension. No. Study while others are sleeping. work while others are loafing, prepare while others are praying, and dream while others are wishing. Yeah. So now let's quickly take you through the FR. Pull the chain to stop the train. So definition, RCSI, 2 within bracket 40, deals with the 220 and 2 within bracket 20.
Associate company.
Company. 220. I thought 2 within bracket 20,
Company definition.
Company.
Yeah. 240 is financial statements. So balance sheet, P&L account, NPO IND account, CFS, SOC for India's with explanatory notes. OPC, small company, dollar company, need not prepare CFS. So 129.1 says every company in its AGM under section 96 to lay down the financial statement as per Schedule 3 format to give a true and fair view. Schedule 3 has got 3 divisions. Division 1 is Chota Mota companies. Division 2 is our syllabus. Division 3 is NBFC. So applicable account, this is applicable for normal company as well as electricity company. Banking and insurance, they have separate their own format. Section 133, applicable account standard to be followed. Right. Then part 1 is about balance sheet. Part 2 is statement of P&L. In IFRS was renamed after 2001. IASC, Indian International Accounting Standard Committee, was renamed as International Accounting Standard Board, and they started issuing IFRS instead of IAS. Today, IFRS is equal to IFRS and IAS. So in India, we didn't want to follow IFRS as such. That's why we went for converging IFRS into Ind AS. That is almost 95% IFRS plus Carvin minus Carver. Then we didn't go for big bang approach. We went for phased manner. 1/4/2016 phase 1, depending on 2 years back. 31st March 2014 base data. So 31st March 2014, if the net worth. So greater than equal to 500 crores, then phase 1. Then from 1/4/2017, compulsory for every listed company and every company whose net worth is greater than equal to 250 crores. Subsequently, if it reaches that, from the next year, you have to follow India's with the previous year column being attached. So we have to next. So these are, and also for their JASH. Division 2, India's as per company's account standard rules 2015 NPIT code. Then format is, so assets on the top, liabilities down. So assets, which are the assets? PCI, GOI, BF, DO. So the NPIT code is still important. Okay. So PCI, then GOI, then PCI, GOI, BF, DO. Okay. Then current assets are IFCO, inventories, then financial assets. Special point of CA final is trade receivable is specifically disclosed here also. Inventory is always a current asset. Then total assets, equity share capital, other equity ke SOC kodಬೇಕು. Liabilities ಅಲ್ಲಿ non-current ಮತ್ತೆ current. So non-current liabilities ಅಲ್ಲಿ again financial FPDO, ಇಲ್ಲಿ F same ಇರುತ್ತೆ, financial liabilities. Then other current liability provision next ಬರುತ್ತೆ, current tax next ಬರುತ್ತೆ, and trade payable on the face of it, payable to micro and small, and also income tax actually 43B within the bracket small h, both go hand in hand. So it has to be paid as per section 15 of the MSMED Act 2006 within 45 days, ಅಥವಾ as per the agreed terms. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ presentation ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then statement of P&L. So this format as well as intermediate format, P&L almost same. ROTE, revenue from operation, other income total, expense ಅಲ್ಲಿ CPC, EFDO. This is the order. ಇಲ್ಲಿ raw material consumed ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Changes in other inventory ಅಲ್ಲಿ finished goods ಮತ್ತೆ stock in trade, opening minus closing, be careful. Opening minus closing positive ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರಬೇಕು, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ within the bracket ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Always write the format ಚೈತನ್ಯ, opening minus closing. Next, PBET, profit before exceptional item, PBT. Then tax expenses, ಇಲ್ಲಿ extraordinary item ಇಲ್ಲ. India's there is no concept called extraordinary item. Okay. So then tax expenses, then discontinued operation if any, then again corresponding like 50B, discontinued operation 50B, then profit, then total comprehensive income, other comprehensive income, item that will not be reclassified to P&L, tax related to the same, that will be reclassified to P&L, tax related to the same, total comprehensive income. EPS has to be presented under three different heads: basic and diluted, continuing, basic and diluted, discontinued is the word is here, and basic and diluted for discontinued and continuing operation. So this has been discussed. India's, it is the guiding principle of India's two specific form principles: substance over form and fair value. Okay, so fair value is the term which is used repeatedly, and also substance over form. India's is almost 95% of IFRS plus carve-in, additional point, minus carve-out. Is it too fast? You're able to observe, catch? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So, was attending CA final for the first attempt, first batch, maybe little difficult, but otherwise it's okay answer. So, carve-in and the additional point. So, additional guidance. For example, India's 103 nalli, we also have pooling of interest method. AS14 tara, pooling of interest method is there. Whereas AS14 nalli, we have both methods. Illi purchase method, the acquisition method matra iddiದ್ದು IFRS alli. India's 14 nalli, India's 103 nalli, they have added this point. Okay. So for the common control transaction, let us go with the pooling of interest method. So any profit or loss arising there is transferred to capital reserve. Okay, positive or negative, capital reserve only. Whereas carve out, either mandatory carve out, like India's 16, they said PP. Okay, so you have to restate every asset at the beginning. When you're applying India's for the first time, he said BHL, BL, it's impossible for us to do it. Whatever is the estimated accounting standard 31st March figure, we take it as a deemed cost as on 1st of April. Then optional standard, optional deviation, it is also called elimination of policy choice. So India's, IAS 27 gives you three options: CFE, cost, fair value, liquid method, whereas India's 27 SFS gives only two options: cost or fair value. Next, so the numbering, I'm sure all of you know it. IFRS series ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು 100 add ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. 1 to 16 has become 101 to 116. Whereas IAS series ಅನ್ನ we are renumbering it as India's number 1 to 41. India's number 1 to 41. ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Yes. So let us quickly go through the India's 101, first time adoption of India's. Its effects have to be given to the opening balance of the reserves and surplus. So key areas of questions, analytical theory ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. Along with that, India's 34 and this one is normally interconnected. So whenever you're applying India's for the first time, okay, or 34, you know, what is 34?
Interim financial.
Interim financial reporting. This is also about a financial statement, interim financial reporting. So when you're applying for the first time, IFR also, so what is the impact of the same? As I said in the beginning, opening balance of reserve surplus code bidi, okay. So specific disclosure madi, it is appearing for the first time. 102 share-based payment. So ESOP, etc., whether it's equity settled or cash settled. So other ಬಗ್ಗೆ. So basically, when you go for ESOP, the deferred employee compensation expense and income tax. Rahul Jain, Yaudu, perquisite is equal to fair market value minus that. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ amortize over the vesting period. Then option accounting. So how is it connected? And it has to be connected with the India's 19, the employee benefit connection ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. 103 business combination. So first one is there are two methods of goodwill. 103 as well as 110. Full goodwill method as well as a partial goodwill. When NCA valuation is given, it is a full goodwill. Hello, hi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when NCA valuation is given, it is a full goodwill method. NCA again can be at a fair value or NCA will be proportionate of net assets. So consideration paid plus NCI either at a fair value or proportionate net asset. That is the total consideration less total net assets and
Total equity.
or total equity. So assets minus external liability or total equity, both are same. When you deduct the same, you get a total goodwill. Okay. Whereas if it is the partial goodwill, consideration paid by you, what you got minus X1, A1, C1, D1. Okay. X1, A1,
C1.
D1 Barodilla. Positive is goodwill, negative is called gain on bargain purchase, which is ultimately transferred to capital. Yes. Then business combination basically talks about acquisition method. Acquisition method, any difference arising, positive is goodwill, negative is capital reserve. Whereas for a common control transaction like Infosys having 100% subsidiary, that is the common control. So they go with the pooling of interest method. Any profit or loss must go to capital reserve only. Go through the practical questions what we did in the class. Repeating question. Adhe barutte. Amalgamation question barbodu. Reverse merger. AX and BX will be the problem with the larger entity adala. Extremely crucial. Demerger. Max Mini irbodu. Lenovo company one problem iru. Computation of goodwill kelbodu and theory on disclosure. General disclosure as well as specific disclosure is also important. Next. India's 104 out of syllabus. 105 non-current ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡಿದೆ. Non-current asset held for sale. So non-current asset as such are not held for sale. So they are basically fixed asset. So if you are holding it for sale, you have to push it down. You should show it under current asset. Under current asset, other current asset will hackback. Non-current asset held for sale. First presentation. Next, how do you value the sale? It is valued something similar to inventory. It is valued at a carrying amount or fair value less cost to sell. Okay, so cost to sell, whichever is less. Next, discontinued operation. Discontinued operation is the focus point. So initial disclosure event. So whenever there is a possibility of discontinue. So what is the initial disclosure event? Subsequent event. What is the governing principle of the evidence which is supporting the discontinuing? Other discussion. And obviously on the face of the P&L, discontinued operation has to be shown with the tax impact of the discontinued operation also has to be shown. Right. Next. In 105 connected with India's 12. Allondu regular class ella madidvi. Whenever there is a discontinued operation, other tax computation ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So the deferred tax and also India's 36 also might be connected. It's not applicable to 105, but 36 but the 105. Once it is NCA end for sale, 36 is meaningless because 36 is impairment. So illi you are already valuing it lesser. Where the question of 36 coming to picture. So just to tell, for India's 36, 105 related items are excluded. Fine. 106 out of syllabus. Financial instrument, 109 is the major standard. So where one entity's asset becomes another entity's liabilities. I issue the debenture, for me a liability. So Rahul has purchased the same, for him it is an asset. For him it is an asset. Next. So I have a fixed asset, building. It is only my asset, nobody's liability. It cannot be financial instrument. First point. So all equity instrument, compound instrument keltara. Ali, how do you segregate the debt component from the equity component? Okay, embedded derivatives, other ಬಗ್ಗೆ highly sometimes 25 to 30 marks can be on in India's 109. ಅದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಭಯ ಪಡ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ. Some of them easy questions ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 5 to 10 marks totally unknown ಇರ್ಬೋದು. It is absolutely fine. 109. Then 107 is about disclosure. Okay. So how do you disclosure all the business statements? And India's 32 is about presentation. So basically every standard ಅಥವಾ almost all the standards should deal with the RMPD. Recognition, measurement, presentation, disclosure. So India's 109 takes care of recognition and measurement. Presentation and disclosure is in 32 and 107. That is the point. Okay. And a very big standard. Next, 110 consolidation. Recently 20 exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ 19 time ಕೇಳೋದು. Consolidated balance sheet. Once very rarely consolidated P&L ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Varieties of problems. So India's 110 consolidation 6 plus 2 steps. Step 1, see subsidiary company balance sheet. Nim Suraj Sundari is sitting in the second column. Yes Limited, number of shares held by parent, held by non-controlling interest, minority interest alla. So step 1, determination of shareholding pattern. Step 2, analysis of other equity, everything. Consolidation, there is no manufacture happening. H Limited balance sheet, yes Limited, just merging, nothing extra will come. So yes Limited's other equity, 2 RMRs, pre-acquisition, till the date of acquisition, then post of acquisition, post-acquisition. Assuming the acquisition is take place on 1st April of the current year, so entire current year is a post-acquisition. Assuming acquisition is taking place on 31st March, everything is a pre-acquisition, no post-acquisition. However, acquisition took place in the middle of the year, 30th, let's say 30th September. Ali language, be careful. Acquisition took place on 30th September. The opening balance of the P&L is given, closing balance. Then current year profit ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, P&L appropriation account ಮಾಡಿ, then split. Whereas they say acquisition took place on 30th September, on which date the P&L balance is so and so. That means the pre-acquisition profit is already given, Aditi. Pre-acquisition profit is already given. You don't have to do anything. One more thing is, so acquisition took place on 30th September 2023. Consolidation is on 31st March 2025. That means post-acquisition is 1.5 years. 30th September 2023 and 31st March 25 ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು. That means 1.5 years is the post-acquisition. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So post-acquisition is not a 6 months. It can be more than 1 year also. So that is step 1, pre-acquisition. Opening balance plus current year profit less number 1, total dividend. Number 2, total bonus shares. Difference whatever you get, 2 RMRs, A1, A2, parent and NCI. Right side, post-acquisition profit, less, you have to keep that step open, less depreciation on revaluation, if any, upward ಅಥವಾ downward, upward ಆದರೆ minus ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, downward ಆದರೆ add ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, depreciation, reverse ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Point number 2, unrealized profit upstream approach, ಅದನ್ನ minus ಮಾಡಿ, unrealized profit upstream approach. So difference amount 2 RMRs, B1, greening double box, ಅಷ್ಟ ಬಂದ, B2, ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. Next, step 2A, bonus shares, 2 RMRs, step 2B, fair value change, upward, downward, assets, liability, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ again, be careful with the question where they say, plant and machinery, acquisition took place on 1st of October. Plant and machinery at the end is 90,000. So on the date of acquisition, 1 lakh, it is as good as 1st of April only. Depreciation charged for the entire year is 10,000. So then revaluation profit is 1 lakh minus 5%, because 10% is for entire year. 95,000 is valued at 1,50,000. Revaluation profit is 55,000. Are you visualizing that problem? 55,000 is the revaluation profit. But depreciation ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 55,000 ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. 1 lakh into 10%, 10,000. 50,000 into 10% into half, 2,500. Minus already 10,000 charged, 2,500. 55,000 into 5% ಅಲ್ಲ. It is 50,000. It's an important point. I hope all of you are able to recall, Chaitanya. So that's the depreciation point. Then step 3, computation of goodwill, already discussed, 103 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Full goodwill